For 4 years, a pilot project has been working to rebuild Australia's shellfish reefs that once stretched in a chain from Noosa to Perth, but are now extinct. The reefs were wiped out last century by overfishing, pollution and disease, leaving marine deserts off our major cities. Those behind the rebuilding project say it's been so successful, they're calling for government help to expand to 60 more sites around the country. Ben Knight reports.
At a secret location in Victoria's Port Phillip Bay, these marine scientists are checking the progress of oyster hatchlings on a reef they laid here 3 years ago.
These are really fantastic.
Because these were nearly wiped out.
These were nearly wiped out. In fact, on the Australian mainland, the native oyster reef is functionally extinct.
It wasn't long ago that shellfish reefs like this stretched from Noosa to Perth, but 99% of them were destroyed last century.
Now it's a sandy bottom. It's like a marine desert down there.
For 4 years, the massive task of rebuilding those reefs has been underway in the waters of 4 Australian states. Taking empty shells from restaurants, then seeding them with the hatchlings of native oysters. Once a bed of limestone is laid down, the shells are placed on it and left to grow.
There are thousands of juvenile snapper already coming back to settle on these reefs. Each hectare of this reef will be producing nearly half a tonne of new fish every year.
For Bob Pearce, this screen is like a window to the past and the bay he remembers as a teenager.
We could walk out to knee-deep water, go and get a bucket full of fresh oysters. Everything was in plenty, but not anymore.
In the 60s, the scallop dredgers got to work. Within decades, the reefs were fished out and gone.
Look, it broke my heart. Now we've got to try and fix it.
8 million oysters have now been put into the water at 10 pilot sites around Australia. Now, the Nature Conservancy wants to ramp that up to 60 locations in 6 states at an estimated cost of $100 million.
If we can get that $100 million of Commonwealth, state and philanthropic investment in, then this can be a game changer.
If we can just keep doing this a chunk at a time, eventually we'll have something fantastic again.
Ben Knight, ABC News.